Learning Outcome 4.0 focuses on understanding and analyzing the importance of compliance when undertaking procurement activities across different sectors. Procurement professionals operate within highly regulated environments where legal obligations, organizational policies, ethical standards, and sector-specific requirements shape procurement decisions. The module examines how procurement practices differ across public, private, and third sector organizations while emphasizing the need for accountability, transparency, and value for money. Learners develop an understanding of how compliance frameworks support responsible procurement, minimize operational risks, and ensure procurement activities align with organizational objectives and stakeholder expectations. The learning outcome begins by examining the classification of economic and industrial sectors that influence procurement operations. Learners study distinctions between public sector organizations, private enterprises, charities, and not-for-profit institutions, alongside industries such as manufacturing, retail, construction, agriculture, finance, and services. Each sector operates with different priorities, governance models, and procurement expectations. Understanding these differences enables procurement professionals to adapt sourcing strategies and compliance practices according to organizational context. The module demonstrates that procurement cannot follow a single universal approach, as sector-specific regulations, operational risks, stakeholder requirements, and performance objectives significantly influence procurement activities and supply chain management decisions. A major focus of the module is the impact of public sector procurement on compliance requirements and procurement governance. Public sector organizations are expected to demonstrate transparency, accountability, fairness, and responsible spending of public funds. Learners examine procurement regulations designed to encourage competition, support equality and diversity, and deliver social value to communities. The module highlights the importance of value-for-money principles and public accountability within procurement processes. Procurement professionals working within public sector environments must therefore operate within strict procedural frameworks while balancing service delivery, stakeholder expectations, regulatory obligations, and broader social and environmental objectives that support sustainable public administration. The module also analyzes procurement compliance within the private sector, where organizations are primarily driven by objectives such as profitability, market share, shareholder value, operational efficiency, and sustainability performance. Learners explore how private organizations manage procurement risks while complying with legal regulations, contractual obligations, and environmental, social, and governance expectations. Branding and corporate reputation are presented as important considerations influencing procurement decisions and supplier relationships. Procurement professionals in private sector environments must balance commercial competitiveness with ethical sourcing, regulatory compliance, and sustainable business practices to maintain organizational credibility and long-term operational success within highly competitive global markets. Not-for-profit and third sector procurement activities are also examined as part of this learning outcome. These organizations often focus on social impact, community development, humanitarian support, and mission-driven objectives rather than financial profit. Learners study how procurement functions within charities and third sector organizations must comply with sector-specific regulations while ensuring procurement activities align closely with organizational missions and ethical principles. Accountability to donors, beneficiaries, governing bodies, and communities is especially important in these environments. Procurement professionals working in not-for-profit sectors must therefore demonstrate transparency, responsible spending, and strong governance while managing limited resources effectively to maximize social value and organizational impact. Another key theme within Learning Outcome 4.0 is the importance of balancing compliance with operational effectiveness and value creation. Procurement professionals must follow policies, legal frameworks, and ethical standards while also achieving organizational objectives such as efficiency, quality improvement, sustainability, and customer satisfaction. The module encourages learners to understand that compliance is not simply a procedural requirement but a strategic enabler of responsible procurement and organizational trust. Strong compliance practices reduce risks associated with corruption, fraud, legal disputes, and reputational damage while supporting long-term supplier relationships, stakeholder confidence, and organizational resilience within increasingly complex procurement and supply chain environments. Overall, Learning Outcome 4.0 of Scope and Influence of Procurement and Supply, L4M1, provides learners with a comprehensive understanding of compliance requirements across different procurement sectors and industries. The module demonstrates how governance, regulations, accountability, and ethical standards shape procurement activities within public, private, and not-for-profit organizations. Learners gain insight into the challenges of balancing regulatory obligations with operational and strategic objectives while maintaining transparency and value for money. By understanding sector-specific procurement expectations and compliance frameworks, procurement professionals are better prepared to support responsible sourcing, effective governance, and sustainable organizational performance within diverse and evolving business environments.